What's going on, Weekend Hangover Nation? I'm your boy Surf, here as always with my man Preach. What's going on, Preach?
What is going on, crew?
It's a beautiful day to be alive, man. This is day one of the draft. Well, this is right after day one of the draft, getting ready for day two. And, man, we're talking about winners, which we know everyone's a winner. So, we're talking about the biggest winners. Yeah, these are ones that just jump out at me. Like, these guys just know the draft, knocked it out the park, and they're just ready to succeed. All right, Preach, so I'm going to jump right in, okay?
Yep.
I think here at Weekend Hangover, we really liked what the Raiders did. You agree?
Yes, absolutely love it. Mike Mayock, I love Mike Mayock to begin with when he was doing the draft analyst thing. I still think he knows what he's talking about. I know a lot of people do not like what they have done, which to each his own, I guess, but I do like what they have done. They got an edge rusher. Yes, it's not everyone's top edge rusher that people wanted them to take, but I think he fits perfectly with what the team is. You could have went Allen, I agree, but once again, I think Allen's too small to play that true end spot. I think this is why you grab this kid.
Yeah,
yes,
as soon as
he doesn't have. Go ahead.
As soon as Bosa was off the board, I think Farrell was the next best, just pure end in the draft. Like I don't even think it's close. Especially when those rumors came out about Montez Sweat's health happening and whether or not that ends up being true or not with the large heart. Like that, this ended up being you had to go here. This is something they needed.
Yes.
What they have 9 sacks last year?
Yeah, like 9, 8.5, something like that.
Yeah, so
it was
I mean,
a half a sack more than Khalil Mack.
Yeah. So they had a definite need here, and I think it just fell right into their lap.
Yes, they needed to do it,
and
I think he is a truly tremendous talented guy. I think he has tremendous speed on that edge. He's a big sized guy. I like him. He does need to work on, they say, his work ethic and his motor, but when his motor's going, it's going.
It's going. So, do you think he's the guy to break this Clemson jinx that's going on with some of these edge rushers?
I don't know, because there's a lot of Clemson guys, a lot of Clemson linemen that could break that mold also.
Yeah. But, there's 3 of them in the first round.
I think Mike Mayock knows what he's doing. So,
okay, we believe in Mike. Their other 2 picks were Josh Jacobs and Jonathan Abram. Did you like both those?
I love both of them. First of all, I love the story behind Josh Jacobs. I think it's a tremendous story. And I also think he is the best running back by far in this year's draft. I don't think it's even close to anyone being compared to him. And he didn't have that much carries. He doesn't have that much tread on his tires. Run him wild in the NFL.
Yeah,
I still believe the running backs are the true position. I think they're the best position. I think you need to have a solid running back, and I think he's that guy.
Preach is still stuck in 1995. Emmitt Smith.
I am.
Barry Sanders.
I'm not too much of the air raid offense. I love a true running back.
Okay, I can dig it though. He's at least a 3-down back because he's got tremendous hands.
Yes.
He's got power to go up the
Absolutely.
middle. He had only 140 touches on offense last year, and he had 14 touchdowns. I mean, that's
and a hell of a pass blocker also.
There you go, man. Complete running back. Should be out there all 3 downs, which is something that they definitely have needed a playmaker in that position with Beast Mode hanging him up. And and the only other thing on the roster, I think, was Jalen Richards, and I don't know. I can't imagine him being a starting running back.
Absolutely.
Nice change of pace, though. But anyways, so Jonathan Abrams, I love that, man. He was the second safety off the board, but I think he was number 1 on mine.
Where they got him from too, I mean, it was between Abrams and, to me, is Gardner Johnson. I love both of those guys, but man, you got him so late in the draft, and a tremendous player to come and fill in that defense. They still have holes. Don't get me wrong, but damn, they're doing a hell of a good job filling them.
Yeah, they are, man. All props to the boy Mike Mayock. We are believers here at the Weekend Hangover. All right, so moving on. the second winners, at least the second big winners of the day, I'd like to say are your Washington Redskins, man. The fact that you guys got Dwayne Haskins without having to move up, and that was y'all's number one quarterback, and there were all these rumors that y'all would be trading up and stuff, but he fell right in your lap without having to move. And then y'all didn't just sit there and be like, you know what, this is a fantastic day right here, franchise quarterback. No, y'all were aggressive, and y'all jumped back in the first round and got Montez Sweat, who's the combine freak of all combine freaks and on-field production freak. 22 and a half sacks in the last 2 years at Texas A&M. Preach, how do you think your Washington Redskins did?
I can't hate too much. I am not a big fan of all the quarterbacks in this year's draft, but I think Haskins is one of the better ones out of the group. He's massively big. He could see over the line. He could throw the ball. We don't have talent around him besides maybe Jordan Reed, so he may struggle there. But I think our offensive line is great.
Shots fired.
I think we'll protect the hell out of him. Like I really think our line's going to protect him, and I still believe we're going to run the ball a lot. And
okay,
he could dump the ball off. He could dump the ball off great.
Yeah, he's tremendous in those intermediate throws, like those short dumps. Like that's one of the strengths of his game is putting it on time and putting it accurately with speed.
Now the Sweat one, I'm not gonna say it's shots fired to Sweat. I do like the kid. I hope the whole thing about the enlarged heart and all that stuff is not true, because I don't want to see a kid suffer like that. One.
Absolutely.
But two, he needs to work on his pass rushes. What I've seen in college, he only has one of two moves: the speed move, and then just whipping around the edge. He doesn't have too much. He has zero spin move, which, okay, you don't have to have a truly spin move. He doesn't have the hips foot, whatever. I've seen him try to attempt it several times. Twice he fell. But he did get back up. Huge motor. He got back up and still made the play. But I think he needs to work on a swim move. I think he needs to work on his hand placement a little bit more. But outside of that, I think he's fast, especially playing him with an outside linebacker.
We know that for sure, man.
Like
definitely fast.
That first step is, oh my God, I don't think I've ever seen a first step like that. Like where he could just keep it going. I've seen people with a fast first step, but fast first step and keep it at full speed, full throttle, that's hard to do, especially when you got a lineman in front of you. One thing I think he's gonna suffer in though, as playing as that outside linebacker, is in coverage. I mean, but Kerrigan did too somewhat, so I hope we could kind of work on him a little bit, because we haven't seen him in coverage, because he was a true 4-3 end. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get him to play a little bit of it.
Yeah, I would imagine if you are going to have a lump of clay, you want the one that's the fastest, the quickest, and everything. And that's what Sweat showed at the combine. He blew everyone away. I mean, he's a freak of nature when it comes to his athletics. And I think it's positive, man. It's definitely positive. I just want to toss out there, guys, that here at the Weekend Hangover Nation, we like to do things in threes, and we really, really, really like what the Cleveland Browns did. I know they didn't have any picks, but hey, man, they essentially traded Lawrence with that 17 who the Giants drafted. They traded him for Odell Beckham, man. So I'd say hats off to the Cleveland Browns as our third best winners and losers of this cast. We're having slight technical difficulties here. Thank God it's at the end of the recording, and I'm just going to say goodbye from the Weekend Hangover. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back with more draft coverage. Looking forward to draft day 2. Gotta regulate.